up guys, I am Arno, welcome to a new video. Today in this video I will talk about how to start calisthenics. This video is divided into 4 parts. The first part is about what are the fundamental exercises within calisthenics. The second part is about regression. The third part is about progress. And the last part is about mobility, flexibility and core strength. Alright, without further ado, let's dive into the first subject, basic exercises. What are the basic exercises? Push-ups, pull-ups and dips. By mastering these basics exercises before progressing to a harder exercise such as front lever, planche, etc., it's super important to master these basic exercises to prevent any injuries. So you might be wondering, how much push-ups, pull-ups and dips should I do to basically master the basic exercises? Well, I definitely recommend before moving on to harder exercises to do at least 20 clean push-ups, 10 clean pull-ups and 15 dips, and all of course with correct form. Those exercises such as the pull-up, push-up and dips, those are actually compound exercises, because for example with the push-up you train your triceps, your shoulders and chest. With the pull-up you train your back and biceps, and with the dips, again like the push-ups, chest, tricep and shoulder. So that's why it's really important to start not with isolating movements, but really with like compound movements to get an overall good strength. So what do I mean with regression? If your first push-up or pull-up is still too hard to execute, you might want to break it down into easier movements. So for push-up example, you can use knee push-ups or you can use incline push-ups. And by doing these exercises and doing sets and reps, you'll build the necessary strength to do your first push-up. With the pull-up example, you can go to a pull-up bar and get a resistance band and do some pull-ups with the resistance band, for example. But you also could do some Australian pull-ups, and the same like the incline push-ups, it will break the movement a little bit down and make it like an easier variation. So that's a great regression to get your first pull-up. Alright, so we got the first 2 topics covered. What are the basic exercises and what are the regressions we can use to get our first pull-up or push-up. But now you might be wondering, okay, I got the basic exercises, what now? Well, basically the third part is about progressing. To make sure you are growing every week, every month, every year, it's super important to set goals for yourself and to progress. So there are basically 3 ways to progress. The first way is to increase your reps. The second way is to decrease your resting time between the sets or between your exercises. And the third way to progress is to use weighted calisthenics. So for your dips, pull-ups or push-ups, you can add some weight to it to make the exercise harder. Alright, so the last topic is about flexibility, mobility and core strength. Why am I covering this topic is because if you have mastered the basics, you have set goals for yourself. It's also super important if you want to progress to harder exercises such as the L-sit to handstand, push-up, etc. It also requires a lot of flexibility and mobility. So flexibility and mobility are 2 terms that are used quite often in the sport industry. So the difference between flexibility and mobility is that flexibility is more about the length of your muscles in a more passive way, while on the other hand mobility is if you're flexible enough, but you also need to control it, to control the movement. So that's also a more active way of looking at it. And also, of course, as I said, the L-sit to the handstand, for example, of the front lever doesn't only require some flexibility, but it also requires a lot of core strength. But this is actually a little bit on the more advanced way. If you got the basics, if you have goals, then I definitely recommend also implementing these elements into your training and reach your full potential. Alright guys, so by now you should know what the basic exercises are. Dips, pull-ups, push-ups, you know the minimal requirements. elements, the suggested repetitions. You also know how you can get your first push-up and pull-up by regressing. Then you know after that how to progress, set goals for yourself to become stronger every week. And finally, you know what kind of elements are needed to reach the top. So flexibility, mobility, and some good core strength. Alright guys, I hope this video is interesting. I'll see you at the next